Do you remember when these were cool? It's been a while, right? Well, Volkswagen actually came out with this design in the late 1990s. Maserati adopted it shortly thereafter and used it until 2019. Think it's time for an update? Well, besides screaming, I'm old, it has some other problems as well. The first is, if you're not the original owner of your Maserati, very likely you only have one of these. And if you lose it, you're going to have to go to the dealership because it's pretty much the only place you can get a new fob. And it's going to set you back about $1,500. Now, you can buy the cases on eBay and you can buy keyblades relatively cheap, but they don't have the transponder built inside them that are required for the immobilizer in these cars. So there's no avoiding having to go to a dealership and buy one. Now, the other thing I'm not really a fan of is trying to find the ignition hole to put the key. I'm holding the camera at eye level, so this is what I see sitting in the driver's seat. Can't see where the ignition is, so you end up having to just kind of fish around in here like a teenage boy trying to find the right hole. And the only way you can really find it is by leaning way over and looking and then getting the key in there. Kind of lose some cool points doing that.
And if I compare that with my new keyless remote start system, I can leave this in my pocket, push the button, a lot easier.
And the thing I like the most about my keyless remote start system is, well, check this out. Hear that? I can start my car without getting out of my chair. Why do you need that? Well, besides being able to start the car on a hot day or a cold morning, whether I'm at home or away, well, if the car's not your daily driver, it's also a really convenient way to keep your car healthy. If the car doesn't run every few days, obviously the battery can drain. There's tenders you can get, but there's other problems. Fluids degrade if they're not circulated. Fuel deposits can form. Gaskets can dry out. So running your car every few days is really important. And if you're traveling, this is something you can easily show a spouse or your kids on how to do without even touching the car. So you can easily set a reminder to start the car every few days. To turn it off, just hit the lock button again. And if you forget to do that, it'll automatically turn itself off after 15 minutes if you don't drive it. I can't speak to all of the keyless remote start systems out there. This is the one that we sell at MaseratiMods.com. But this fob, you can see, is beautiful. It has the raised lettering. It's based on the Ferrari 458 key fob, so similar form factor. And I'll just quickly run through the functions: lock, unlock, trunk, and this is kind of the lights. You can light it up if you're trying to find your car in the parking lot, for example. Unlock is self-explanatory. The lock button locks the car, and then this is also what you use for the remote start. So you push it once to lock, and then 3 times to start the car. And then to turn it off, you push the lock button again. This system also has proximity lock and unlock capability. So it comes out of box with that enabled, which means that when you're holding the key fob and you walk away from the car about 10 feet or so, the car will automatically lock, and vice versa. When you get to about 10 meters away, it will automatically unlock. Now you could disable that function by pushing down both the lock and unlock buttons for about 5 seconds, and then that will disable that function if you don't want that on. If you want to re-enable it, it's the same thing. Now, some people say, well, if you do this, and what happens if your key fob runs out of battery, or your car battery dies? You're, in trouble. You can't get into the car. Well, the key fob we sell at MaseratiMods.com comes with a legitimate Maserati blade that you can have cut at your locksmith. So you don't have to worry about that. You can always use this to get into the car manually. And in addition to the blue key, we also offer white and black versions with that raised Maserati lettering, and a Trident version. The Trident version does not come with a spare key blade. We offer the entire system at MaseratiMods.com. This is the latest technology designed specifically for Maserati Granturismos and Quattroportes. And like most products that we carry, it's field tested by us. We know it works.